said,
So what's
he
the
wants to get us
line
together.
over here? It's longer.
He's over there in that great area, over that lake area, he said.
I have 6:30 on the dot. I'd like to go ahead and call this meeting to order of City Council. Would you stand, please? Mr. Hall, would you give us a prayer, please?
Heavenly Father, we come to you recognizing your place in our lives, and you're the creator of all things. You've created us individually. You guide our steps. We just ask, Lord, that you would guide us through this meeting, that you would give us wisdom and discernment of direction and decisions, that we would better our community, and that we would have a positive influence, we pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And thank you very much. And Clerk, would you read call the roll, please?
Councilmember Hall,
Here.
Councilmember Chapman,
Here.
Councilmember McMinn,
Here.
Councilmember Hefner,
Here.
Councilmember Brooke,
Here.
and Councilmember Rubel.
Here.
Council, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a flexible agenda tonight and move the Planning Commission report to now. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Need a motion and second to do that?
Motion.
A second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Very good. All right. Ms. Aaron, you're up.
Good evening. I'm going to report first on January's meeting, because we had our meeting last night since y'all's were postponed a week due to weather. First thing we had was the long edition. This is the one that is on Markham, correct? Yes.
Yes.
And this is lots 1 through 7. It's the first phase. We approved the final plat there, and we will need y'all's approval on that. We did approve the preliminary plat for phase 2, which is directly behind it as well.
Council, phase 1 has been brought to the Planning Commission, and they've satisfied all the requirements for final plat, and the staff has approved it. So we need a motion to approve final plat for phase 1.
Make a motion.
We have a motion with a second.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The second, if you want to go through the, let's see. There's a preliminary plat.
There's a preliminary plat that'll be behind it. It'll have a couple of streets, and then they have, if you look over on the right-hand side, they have a couple of lots that are in, it's not a flood zone, but it's flood adjacent land, and so therefore they're going to use the land that they dig up from creating the streets to raise 3 lots, and that's all they need to raise for that. So we went ahead and approved that as they gave it to us.
Is half the road in that curve in it also?
The curve is, yes.
Right, the curve is, yeah, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it comes across right there.
Yes, that whole area over there will get built up using the fill from digging out the streets on the other side.
I understand roads don't have to be built up, just residents. Correct. Okay. That's for information only.
Right.
All right, from last night's meeting.
Okay, so last night's meeting, we did have a rezone request. We have an addition out off of Moon Road. All the lots are going to be 1+ acres, so they've asked to change it from R1 to a PUD to lessen the restrictions on them on creating the roads to these homes that are out there, that they want to put out there. So that we went ahead and set a meeting for March 24th at 6:30 before our normal meeting for that.
Quick question, just play my ignorance. What does PUD stand for?
Planned Unit Development.
Planned Urban
Oh,
Development.
sorry, Planned Urban Development, and it does have a less.
It allows the developer and the city to work together on using the R1, R2, and everything else in between. It allows them to work together with us to develop a more
Flexible.
thank you, flexible housing situation. We're looking at 1+ acre lots out there, private drive, because the street is going to be gravel. So they're gonna use just a PUD to allow for that. If they don't go to a PUD, they go to R1, and we have to have the streets correct. But this is gonna be a possibly gated community, but at least a private drive.
So
To much larger areas.
there won't be any sidewalks.
Yes,
Will there be sidewalks?
Uh-huh.
Sidewalks, but no roadway.
right.
So if it's a private drive, is there some kind of assurance that they will take care of these roads?
It would be in their builder's assurance.
Okay, 'cause you know about that one road.
When they submit the plat, it'll be included in the notes for that.
How many acres are we?
I believe he said 33,
I think so.
a little more than 33.
You know where you see Mill Creek down there? Mill Creek and Sundance? Yeah, just past them. There's already Copper Moon subdivision planned for there. That's already been approved.
That next road south.
Sweetwater. Yeah. And we also have, you just approved a plan to put a 6-inch water line down through there, and on the agenda tonight is a resolution to buy the parts to do that.
Yep.
And additionally, from that
Right.
is the,
And then the long addition in front of it, those are 7 lots that we have approved the preliminary plat, 6 lots. We've approved the preliminary plat, and then we've also approved the final plat with a contingency that all the staff requests as far as sewer be in place before the next council meeting. So I won't ask y'all to vote on that until the next council meeting. We just didn't want them to have to wait
the
until
only improvement
another
they gotta
month.
do is like 100 foot of sewer line. 200,
And test.
about 300, take about a day and a half instead of waiting for next month to do that, next month to get it approved. We went ahead and
I asked
approved.
if we could go ahead and approve it for final, and then that way I can bring it to y'all next month.
And if it
But I
doesn't
just want to
get
give y'all a
done,
heads up.
it won't get approved.
And Tim worked with staff to make sure that the side lots on Lot 1 and 6 were correct for roads that'll be on either side of those. So that way, all the measurements and everything will be good. And so those roads will go into that requested
I
PUD.
believe, yeah. Yeah, on each side of this long subdivision, blue area, if you will, there'll be 2 roads. And so the upper and lower lots have been resized to allow for 25-foot setbacks.
And we did have, there's some information coming out of the Arkansas legislature that could affect our UDO that we've worked so hard on with staff. So we want to postpone our public hearings on those until we get word from them if it does change things in our UDO, so.
Council, I think I forwarded emails to you about that, but
Yeah.
they're changing possibly changing a lot of things with the planning and possibly even to where we have no jurisdiction for anything outside our city limits, the jurisdiction out there. They may take that away from cities. So we just decided to stop the public hearing for right now until they settle all that in and we can make adjustments.
And that's all I have for y'all tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Anybody
you.
have any questions? Any motion to approve Planning Commission's report as presented?
Motion.
Have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Thanks. Okay. Getting back to the regular agenda. Review and approval of the council minutes for January 21st as they were presented to you in a packet. I'd entertain a motion to approve as presented.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes from the last meeting.
January 21st meeting. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is the department reports and financials. As they were presented to you, I'd entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Motion.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Any comments, questions?
I had
Harry?
a quick question.
Sure,
On the, maintenance reports.
okay.
I don't know if I can find it here, but,
You put the vehicle maintenance reports?
yeah,
Okay.
it's just hard to tell which vehicle's what. I mean, I know the guys working on the trucks know which they are.
Right.
I don't,
I don't know
Is
if
there a way
it-
to distinguish between, you know, fire department vehicles, street vehicles, police department?
I think we can take a look at that and see what the fields are that we could include.
All right.
Hey, Brian, want to step forward?
Thought the one I gave was separated by department.
And it may have been separated by department. That may be the key. Brian's our resident expert on that program.
I was gonna pull it up,
Oh, well, that's not the case then. They don't all belong to the street department.
Yeah, they're all.
We'll work on that.
but all I see is street
Yeah.
department, so.
Okay. Let's see if we can break that out a little better or put another field in to identify the vehicles.
Yeah, that way I can identify which one. Yeah, it's not an issue.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, beyond that, any other comments, questions? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve as presented. Oh, there we got it. Excuse me. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is the Water Wastewater Advisory Committee. Do you have any report?
We have, we're going to bring, I would hope to bring you some numbers tonight, but I think that we're going to ask the city council to consider investing in doing the newsletters out twice a month. So we're
Twice
trying
a
to bring,
month?
twice a month, twice a year. So we're going to try to bring the cost for all that. It'll be a lot.
Yeah, I don't-
So we're trying to put our first draft together
Okay.
soon.
All right, very good. Any questions for the, okay. Street Parking Committee, I don't think they've met. At the end of the meeting tonight, there's a read-ahead for a parking ordinance that I developed with the chief, with the chief, fire chief, and police chief, and other staff members that we'll take a look at as a read-ahead. But, okay, have no old business, going forward to new business. Resolution 2025-05, if you'll read the title, please.
A resolution authorizing the mayor or city clerk to enter into a contract for license plate reader cameras.
Council, we had to split this out from the license plate reader that you already approved in the budget for two more license plate readers and 2 live feeds. And we had to split this out because the live feeds are, we're working with some issues on poles and directions. And instead of waiting for all that to get done, we just went ahead and asked for him to get his contract for these 2 cameras. And they're at $13,300 above my spending authority. So ask for approval for resolution 2025-05.
I make a motion, we accept resolution 2025-05.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We have a comment from the public. Any comment from council? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is resolution 2025-06. Would you read the title, please?
A resolution authorizing the mayor or city clerk to enter into a contract with Wagner General Contractors to renovate and remodel the city council courtroom.
Council, as you know, we went through the bid process and design process and all that for remodeling this. The bids came in, low bid was at $355,500 with a deductive alternative of $16,300, and that's for new air conditioners, and then I don't think we need to do that at this point. They're working just fine if we need to do it at a later time. So my request is the approval for $339,200 to do the renovation and remodeling of this facility
How are we paying for this?
out of general funds,
Do it?
out of general funds.
Okay. Wasn't there a sewer issue for 700,000?
That's other funds, won't come out of the same pot.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion to approve.
Second.
And a second. Any further comment?
I have a question. Can we see the drawings? I haven't seen, do we have drawings or
Oh, yeah,
plans?
we've looked at them.
That was the day I was gone.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's only one I've been gone. I haven't missed a lot, so.
I know. I can get them to you, but yeah, the rest of the council's already approved them. We had several variations and went through the whole process, so I can do that for you, sir. Any comments from the public? Hearing none, I have a motion and a second on the floor to approve resolution 2025-06. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Opposed?
Show one opposed. Motion carries 5-1, correct?
Yes.
Next on the agenda is Resolution 2025-07. If you read the title, please.
A resolution authorizing the mayor and/or city clerk to purchase necessary parts to repair the wastewater treatment plant generator.
I misspoke earlier, this is for the parts for the generator. It is down, been down, we possibly lightning strike, we have put in an insurance request, but the parts needed to repair it are above my spending authority, so that's why it's in front of you.
Make a motion.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve Resolution 2025-07. Any comments? Any comments from the public? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Let's see. Next on the agenda is Resolution 2025-08. Read the title, please.
A resolution to amend Resolution 2023-30, the annual operating budget for calendar year 2024.
Council, this resolution and the next one are just the cleanup resolutions where the CPA reconciles the entire budget and gets everything right for the auditors. I'd entertain a motion to approve 2508.
Motion.
Second.
In a second. We have any public comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Next is Resolution 2025-09. This is the same thing, but for the water and wastewater service system. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
You have a second?
Second.
In a second. Any comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Next on the agenda is Resolution 2025-10. If you read the title, please.
A resolution authorizing the mayor and/or city clerk of the city of Ward to enter into a contract to purchase one 2018 Dodge Ram 3500.
Council Fire Chief would be here, but no, he is here. Come on up, Chief. I thought you were out on fire calls and EMS calls and whatever else. Heard all kinds of sirens going a while ago. Last week, our brush truck went down. We thought we had a blown head gasket. It's been to the shop. It's a 1997 model, and it's well used. We started looking just in case we needed to replace this and found this 2018 at Red River Dodge up in Heber with 20,000 miles on it. Contacted them. They're holding it for us. They give us a little break on the price. They were asking, what, $37,300. They got it down to $35,800. And Chief went up there, looked at it, drove it. It is clean. It's got one little small dent on the tailgate. Otherwise, it's
You'll have more than that after you're done with it.
It will.
Yeah, when it's a brush truck.
Yeah.
And the skid that's coming out of the vehicle, the 97, the skid will come out and go into this vehicle, so there's no cost on that. There is cost that I've included in here to outfit it with new light bars and it's got to have a brush guard and a winch, new winch.
Yes, sir.
And things like that. But this is, taken care of. This thing will last for,
Motion
years.
approved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further comment? Any public comment? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Go get it tomorrow. They're holding it for us. Next on the agenda is results from the USDA comes around and gives an inspection of our wastewater treatment plant because they hold the note. And they inspected the plant on February 5th, and everything looks working properly and well-maintained and secure. They had a couple things that we've already provided for them, the current workman comp and fidelity bond insurance. So no issues whatsoever on the USDA's inspection. And the next one will be a civil rights inspection in 2027. I just entertain a motion that you acknowledge acceptance of the report. We have a motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you. Next on the agenda is a read-ahead ordinance for parking rules. If you'll just take it with you, like I said, the chiefs and I worked through this. I think it's a good start. But have you all had a chance to take a look at it? Well, let's have a comment. What do y'all think?
I'm completely okay with it. Like we talked about earlier, I think it needs to have in there where you're parking going the correct direction.
Park in the direction of flow of traffic. You know, like we also talked about, it was
'Cause
in the state law anyway, but.
Yeah, but then there's, you know, like we said, but it's on record now, there's no reflectors on the back of your, or on the front of your vehicle, so it causes a traffic issue.
I certainly can put that in there. All right, council, if you're okay with this, we'll set up a public hearing on this at the next city council meeting, right before, probably at 6, and invite the public to talk about this, come in and talk about this, but, and once we do the public hearing, then we'll bring it to you that night as a first reading, and go from there.
How much advance notice do you have to give for a public hearing?
Usually about 2 weeks, we'll get it in the paper.
I was just thinking about the March 7th, since you're already having one, but,
Oh, that's for planning commission. I don't want to mix the two
oh,
up.
well,
Oh, the March 7th?
yes,
Oh, no, that's canceled, that's UDOs.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that UDO on March 7th.
That's right. Can we just use it then?
No, I'll set it, no, I'll set it up for the next council meeting. That'll give me time to get it in the paper and get it properly done. All right. Council, if you'll have give me a motion to proceed with this, please.
Motion?
Second.
And we have motion second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll carry forward. Next on the agenda is my report. Couple things. The sidewalk, Sarch 4, the Castle and Chanticleer and Castleton, Metro Plan did approve the additional $175,000 for that project. It says in your packet you're waiting on one right-of-way to start the bid process. I got that today. So I got them signed off on that today. So I'll notify the engineer tomorrow and we'll get that process going and get going on this project. Sarch 5, the sidewalk project down Brewer Street, has run into a snag. Let me put this up here like that. Okay. We're going to have to stop the project. It's supposed to go down from Brewer, from Moon Road Extension down to Markham. We're going to have to stop it at Wilson Loop because, as pointed out by ADQ, down Markham, down Brewer, if you've been down there, there's a little creek area down there. That's in this floodway thing. If we proceed down there, then we got to get about another $20,000 to $30,000 in studies and rerouting and all kinds of stuff. I don't want to do that right now on this. So RDOT just today approved the project to stop at Wilson Loop. And I did ask the question, can we just flip it and just run it down Wilson with the existing project? No, you cannot. That creates another issue where you got to go back out and get another engineering for that area. The cleanest is to stop this right here from now, and we'll talk in a minute about additional call for projects here in a second. This will lessen the amount of cost, and so it'll be less cost on them and less cost on us. But could not take it all the way down there, just cannot. Yeah, see.
So we'll have to get new bids on have we gotten bids on that?
No, we'll have to go out for bids on that. We were at the design phase when they ran into that, so. We haven't gone out for bids yet. When they go out to bid, it'll be just to Wilson, but the estimate will be much less now, because. All right, the removal of the Rainy Homes off vacuum. I just talked to Bond Engineering today. They expect to have the construction estimates in this week, and then we'll go forward with the bid process on that. And yes, the $779,000 that is being held is off a different pot of money. It's off of water and wastewater. And then the water tank inspection, Department of Health has approved removal of the Peyton Street tank. Bond Engineering is working up that bid proposal along with the bid proposal for the remaining items. They're going to do it all in one package. They have offered that tank to somebody if they want to come get it for free or pay us for it, and nobody has wanted to do that yet and probably will not. So we'll see how that runs out. There is a 2025 TAP call for projects that are due April 30th. We got turned down on the railroad design. Remember we did the railroad crossing. We got turned down for that. Do we want to resubmit that, or do we want to get together on this Monday and talk about other options? The other options might be come down into this Geraldine area, or go further down 319, toward the Magnolia area, you know, we can talk about it. Or we can just resubmit the railroad crossing one. I will tell you that engineering, half engineering says that railroad crossing is probably problematic on its own, which is why it was turned down. So I'd like to do something else if we can. With that, I'd like to set up a working session for this Monday at 6:30,
Sure.
so we can talk about the whole thing and then what we want to do. Is that fine with everybody?
I think we really need the railroad crossing. I just don't know how we get it. I mean, is there somebody can guide us how to
We can submit it
proceed?
again, it's just a matter of,
I'm not talking about just resubmitting it every time, but I mean, is there somebody that can guide us on how we can get it?
Maybe change the
engineering firm.
railroad crossing.
What's that?
Maybe change the railroad crossing.
and we can talk about that Monday night also.
No, is this strictly pedestrian, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. But let's, instead of taking up time here to discuss, let's have a working session to discuss just this, if that's okay? So I'll call it for Monday, March 3rd at 6:30. That is Monday, correct? Okay. Yep, that's fine. All right, very good. Going further, we talked about the UDO, the public hearings. We've canceled those because legislation is messing with a lot of things. But additional flock cameras, we've already talked about that, and live feed camera, we've talked about that. The Consolidated 911 Center, I spoke at Quorum Court last Thursday night, and they passed an ordinance to allocate additional $3.8 million out of county general to the 911 fund. This carries it to completion on construction, and it pays off the Motorola 5-year lease, so we don't have to amortize it for over 5 years, saving the county $416,000 a year. So that's a good thing. So the 911 center is fully paid for, all construction, everything. And with that in mind, we should not have to contribute anything this year. We had our budget for $75,000 a year. We should not have to contribute anything this year. Next year, when it was fully operational in the operational budget, you know, we'll see how things go there. But we were very happy that the county was unanimous on the
When's the start? When are they gonna begin
working there.
working there?
Well, 1 May is the extended time. It's supposed to be in 1 January, but we weren't anywhere near. I got an update today. They're still waiting on some of the VHF radios that they had to buy in order to reach the south end of the county. There's also, AWINS is also going to put a new AWINS tower in England that will help the south end of the county, because that's a bunch of dead spots down there. So it's all coming together. The master land use plan, half engineering is working on that. Strategic plan, I had a Zoom call today with MetroPlan on this. I've got to get them a listing of stakeholders, and I'll work on that for the master strategic plan. The idea is for MetroPlan to facilitate this process, to have a long-range look for the city, 5, 10, 15, 20, all those things. And I think it'll be great. They are working up a contract to see what, because this is necessary following MetroPlan's, what we pay for our dues. So this will be additional contract, and they're going to work up the cost of it. If it's within my realm, then I'll sign. If it's not within my realm, then I'll bring it to you all for approval. Fire district dues, I provided you a copy of House Bill, Draft House Bill 1416. If you recall, we talked a couple months ago on dues for our fire district, and we're not getting very much, and we're sure we had authority to ask for dues. This House bill changes the language that allows us to go out and get dues. Also, the last paragraph allows us to do that before, but we can petition the county to get the dues and put them on the property taxes, which once this is passed, that's exactly what we're going to come forward to you and get permission to do. We want to get it on the property taxes, so it's automatically paid. Now, when doing so, we're going to have 1 year where we get no money, because property taxes are 1 year in arrears. But that's okay. In the end, we'll get a better revenue stream for the fire department for our fire district. Not necessarily in the city, because we have sales tax for that. And the grant opportunities, I did get the grant submitted for LED lights for the park and for the EV and EV charging stations, but I think it was probably for naught. Those funds are frozen, and the indication is that funds like that are not going to be available anymore. So I'm pretty sure that was just for naught, but that's okay.
Seen that coming.
We did, but I didn't want to take a chance of whatever reason that something might come down, so I got them in on time. They're in.
Darn, I wanted some blue ones like Austin has.
Well-
The street light.
We do,
A blue one?
we do.
Things are going out.
That's exactly right. Means
They're
it's going
still
out.
cool looking.
Okay, that's all I have for my report. Is there any public comment? No public comment. Council, do you have anything to bring to the table tonight?
I do want to say our water meeting thing will be on March the 10th, and if we're working on our mail-outs, if anybody wants to attend, we'd appreciate the input, so we can make sure we're putting something together that
6:30
would be
here, right?
worthwhile. 6.
Oh, 6? Okay. All right, hearing none, the announcements, the next city council meeting on March 18th. Bid opening for the body worn cameras and in cameras is going to be March 20th. And next planning commission meeting is March 24th. Hearing nothing further from the council, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second? All those in favor say aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, council. Thank you.